Good to see you, Jack. Yes, we're looking at a tree from a bench. Good to see you, Jim. I'm just sharing this out. Hold on 1 second, guys. I am going to share this out because I have a second device. Hold on, let me share it out. I gotta be logged in for that day. Ah, well. Good morning, KC Pilot. Soon to be good afternoon. Let's have some fun. We got battery, we got wires. I'm all full of vim, vigor. And I know I'm not wearing a mask. I'll put on a mask momentarily. Hello there, Mr. Fox. All right. Let's walk around Central Park and do the other thing. There we go. Hey, guys. Oh. What does this say? What does that say? To season for all the great times we had in the park. Love always, Rick. Isn't that nice? Good to see you, Darian. Welcome. Fuzzy Wuzzy. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzies. Good to see you, Brian. Welcome. Let's get a stroll here. Just did a walking tour here in the park. Two lovely people from Philadelphia who enjoyed all the stories I had to tell. They enjoyed all the stories and all the good stuff I had to offer for them. But welcome to Central Park. If you want to build Central Park in your hometown, you can. The instructions are on the internet. All you need is 27,000 trees, 9,000 benches, 142 miles of drainage pipe. 144 miles of drainage pipe. What is it again? Back to work. It's just one tour that people had signed up for, and that they had to find a tour guide for. So just one tour, not back to work on the regular, but one tour is one more than I'm doing on the regular. Well, welcome to Central Park. Beautiful day. Well, kind of a beautiful day. Kind of a drizzly, dreary day, but hey, it's cold outside. It's a little chilly, but not crazy cold. I do have a jacket on, but it is open. So I am wearing my spaceman jacket though, so whenever I move around, I get warmer. But let's wander around the park. Here we are. We're on the main drive here. And off in the distance, that is the Chess and Checkers house. And if we look over in this direction here, there's the Carousel. The original Carousel, placed here in the 1850s, or 1858 to be exact, was driven by mules. The new Carousel, which is in there, was placed here in 1954, and that was originally built in 1919 for Coney Island in Brooklyn. So Coney Island Carousel is in that building right over there. Yeah, Philadelphia is a great town. It's the perfect day to vote. Are the lines short at your early polling location? I saw some Twitters, and the polling location in Bay Ridge is quite lengthy. Yesterday was a 2-hour wait. I'm going to wait until maybe Wednesday to go vote. Or I might go on election day itself because my parents want to go on election day, and I kind of want to accompany my parents when they go voting. When they go vote. Took you 2 minutes. Very nice. Very nice. That's good news. That's good to hear. It's good to hear. But yeah, I had a great tour. Tour was autopilot, man. I got to tell all my stories, and they were all engaged, and I love it when people are engaged in the stories I have to tell. Did you comment to Action Kid yet? What do you mean by comment to Action Kid? I have commented on some of his live streams in the past. Dropped off your ballot in a half a second. That's what I'm talking about. Thanks for doing your civic duty. As I pass over 65th Street, over the Traverse. You know, the term I wanted to use on the tour today was Central Park is the first example of grade separation, but I forgot to use that term. I said they use overpasses, which is still the same thing. But Actually, it was in my neighborhood recently. It was out on Bay Ridge recently. And luckily, he took my advice to go down to 3rd Avenue where it was more lively than 5th. You wonder where Bruce Willis and Samuel... You wonder where they drove the I can show you where they did that. So we're looking here towards the west side. And just beyond this trees here, when the pathway goes back and around that way, over in this direction is where they had that crazy cab scene where they drove the cab through the park on the grass. I was actually here for some of that. But that's over on the west side of the park. Think south of Tavern on the Greens. I think they used the bridle path in that area to drive the car down. And that is my favorite Die Hard movie. Is Die Hard with a Vengeance. Everyone's in on something. You could steal City Hall. Good old Bruce Willis. Yeah, they actually did drive a modified. If you watch that scene really closely, if you notice when they first acquire the cab, the cab is a regular cab. It's quite low to the ground, but notice how the cab looks different when it enters the park. It has bigger tires and it's raised on a higher suspension. So, but they actually did use the park. There was no CG involved. Here's the dairy. One of the 4 original buildings for Central Park. Went to go vote through the slot in a nanosecond. That's what I'm talking about. Good to see you, Dave. Welcome to the last grid marker bolt, which is right down ya. Placed by John Randall Jr. himself in 1812. As you see, the base is covered in mercury, and that designates the spot where 65th Street meets 6th Avenue. Kind of amazing. Noticed that in the jump scene when you noticed that when they exited the park, right? Yeah. They built a ramp. They actually did a ramp, and they went over one of the actual kind of borders or barriers. That's right, yes. Yes, movie companies use action to distract us from little errors and props. Sometimes. That was a big scene when they went through Central Park. I got to change masks. My mask is so wet from doing the tour. But let's walk into the mall. And let's see. Evidently at 12 noon, there is going to be a rally with all of the musicians of Broadway and all of the musicians of New York. So there's going to be a rally for the musicians of New York City here in Central Park at 12 noon. So this is what I'm actually here for, because I have a feeling we're going to hear some really good music. So nothing is better than good music in Central Park. There's our statue of Columbus. Welcome to Literary Walk, the southern end of Central Park. And look how beautiful the trees are. The trees are absolutely gorgeous. You really get a good idea of what Olmsted and Vaux were going for when they designed Central Park in these seasons of spring and autumn. I know, he's like, why me? I know, right? Like, why you? Why you? And then we come across to the other side of Literary Walk. Let's go say hello to a very angry Shakespeare. Shakespeare, always pissed off. Always has a scowling look on his face. So let's say hello to Shakespeare. And let's ask him, why is he so pissed off? There he is. Good to see you, Mr. Shakespeare. Hey, Mr. Shakespeare, why are you so angry all the time? Why are you always scowling down, looking down on us like you know something? Like I gotta know something. There he is. Look how angry. Looks angry. He looks so angry. I guess since I haven't said hello, we got some time to kill here. Let's go say hello to Balto. Let's go say hello to Balto. To be or not to be? That is the question. Good to see you, Alistair Bruce. Welcome. To be or not to be? That is the question. Please feel free to put in Shakespeare quotes in the comments, and I will try to read them in a horrible British accent. And more British, the better. Oh, by the way, for my UK viewers, have you ever heard the term a pint of moisture? I like to have a pint of moisture, please. I really like that. I'm going to use that more and more often. Robinson Lopez, bom dia, Brazil. Good to see you, Robinson Lopez. Welcome. We're enjoying Central Park. Eventually, we're going to walk our way into Midtown. I think I want to check out. Radio City Music Hall. I want to see Radio City Music Hall, so I might just walk down 5th. We usually walk down Broadway. I think today we're going to change it up and we're going to walk down 5th Avenue, see what's cooking along 5th. Now, this is the infamous Willowdell Arch. This arch, if you look at pictures of Central Park, this is an arch where the creators of Central Park did a picture. So you would have like Vox will be in the middle, Frederick Law Olmsted will be off here to the side. Then somebody who Frederick Law Olmsted did not get along with was on the far other side. And they were like the creators of the park. It's this amazing picture, and it's taken right about here. Now let's go say hello to Balto. Let's go say hello to Balto. Because I haven't said hello to Balto today. Shakespeare, all that glitters is not gold. No, it's not. Probably copper. There he is. Oh, bloody hell, it's a long comment. You remember another 2 movie scenes of Central Park from the movie The Panic Room. It was during the opening credits when there was a nice wide and the final scene with the vertigo effect. Okay, I'm going to have to check out that. I've never seen the movie Panic Room. That the one with Jodie Foster? Good to see you, Balto. Good to see you. It's that crazy guy from Brooklyn who always talks to you. Balto, the final lead dog in a 25-dog sled dog team there. They delivered the antidote to diphtheria to the children of Nome, Alaska in the winter of 1925, just 10 months after this dog saved over 220 children's lives. Just 10 months later, a local civic organization had this statue commissioned in Balto's likeness. Unfortunately, the last days of Balto, well, after he became a star, if you will, his owners kind of trotted him around to make money. His last few years on this earth weren't very pleasant, to say the least. But dedicated to the indomitable spirit of the sled dog that relayed the antidote to diphtheria some 600 miles over the treacherous waters and through Arctic blizzards. Kind of amazing. Endurance, fidelity, and intelligence. A good film, David Winchester film. Yeah, Jodie Foster, Forrest Whitaker, Jared Leto. Okay, awesome. All right. Let's look around here. Looking out towards 5th Avenue in this direction here. Let's saunter. Let's saunter around here. Gotta saunter and make our way back over to the mall. We'll go to Bethesda Terrace through the side here. Let's go see what's going on over at Bethesda Terrace. Squirrels are very happy today. Squirrels all abounding about here, enjoying the park. One of the people on my tour yesterday went for a jog through Central Park and noticed massive birds. She goes, I saw this big bird. I think it was a hawk. And I'm like, yes, it was a hawk. Yes. We have hawks. Over 33 nesting pairs of red-tailed hawks live here in Central Park, mostly along Fifth Avenue. So they know where the good real estate is. They like to go to museums. I'm pretty sure Pale Mail has an annual pass for the Metropolitan Museum of Art, the Frick Gallery, and the Museum of the City of New York. Just saying. Literally the lungs of the city. That's what Andrew Downing, one of the main proponents of Central Park, said, that we need the great lungs of the city. Andrew Downing and William Cullen Bryan, the main proponents of Central Park. They were the ones who really got it out there in the media that we need something like this. For a great city as New York, we should have a great park. Good to see you, Blondie. The hawk wants a bird's eye view in the museum, yes. Yes, Pale Mail loves going to the Guggenheim because Pale Mail just loves the accessibility that the large spiral gallery gives them. And hopefully we get to see one. Hopefully I'll get to show you a hawk. I gotta walk around with a mask. I've had a mask on now for close to 4 hours, and I just need a break. I need a break from it right now. It was really tough doing a tour with a mask, and because of the overcast conditions right now, my glasses instantly fog up when I start talking. Now you see that flagpole off in the distance. That flagpole is in honor of the Women's Red Cross. So this was technically the first monument to women here in Central Park. Squirrel. Close to 1.5 million squirrels live here in Central Park. They did do a census about a year or two ago. Women's Red Cross for the first World War. There was a tour guide who actually found that a couple of years ago and was like, hey, there is a memorial, there is a monument for women here in Central Park. Placed here just after World War I. And actually, I think we're across the street. Yes, we're across the street from the Frick Gallery right now. The Frick Gallery, one of the last two remaining mansions along Fifth Avenue. The second mansion is the Cooper Hewitt Museum of Architecture and Design up on 90th Street in Fifth Avenue. Are you allowed to hand feed the squirrels? Can you hand feed the squirrels? Are you allowed to? Yes, you are allowed to feed the squirrels if you like, but it's kind of frowned upon. But you can do it if you want. People do it. There's a crazy lady who lives uptown on the west side who very famously feeds the raccoons here in Central Park. There's a video of her feeding raccoons with cat food, and literally probably 50 raccoons are teeming all around her. A lot of her neighbors do not like her because she does that. So I would feel the same way about squirrels. People probably feel the same way about squirrels. What? Looks like a band gonna try to play some music over there, it looks like, and we have some people playing with children, and gotta see what time it is. I guess this is where everyone's at. Nah, not like the crazy bird lady, no. No, so it's another crazy lady who feeds the the raccoons. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain, and the itsy bitsy spider. Da, 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 da. They're playing Itsy Bitsy Spider. These kids on the Upper East Side have it too good. They got it too good with their with their vintage Chinese porcelain sugar containers. What I'm talking. I'm already loopy already. My God. I'm coming off the iced coffee I drank this morning. I think that's what it is. I'm coming off the iced coffee. So now we're going along 72nd Street. We're here in Accenture Drive. And this guy is enjoying a little snack. A snack on the run. A dreary day here in New York, but luckily not too windy. Well, not windy at all, really. And it was drizzling about a half hour ago. It stopped drizzling. I think we're done with the drizzle until tonight. But let's go over to Bethesda Terrace. Let's go say hello to the angel of the waters. Yes, always abundant, full of wildlife, Central Park. 275 different species of birds pass through the park as they make their migratory trips up north to Canada or down south to South America. Kind of amazing. Your brother hand-fed a squirrel in Hyde Park in London 15 years ago. Had to pay a 50-pound fine there. Yeah, no fines if you feed the squirrels here, but if you're caught feeding lots and lots of raccoons, I think that might be a problem. If you feed all the raccoons, it's a problem. Making our way over to the heart of Central Park, Bethesda Terrace and Bethesda Arcade. I think there was a guy playing a violin inside the arcade. Hopefully he's still there. Like I said, at around 12 o'clock, there's going to be a rally with all the musicians from Broadway shows and various other musical events. So we're going to check that out, and that's going to be at around 12 o'clock. So hopefully we're going to get to hear some music. But even for a drizzly, damp, rainy day, well, drizzly day, this park is empty. Normally a lot more people here in the park. Even on a Monday. Should be more people here in the park, but these are the wacky pandemic times. A shout out to my couple who came on the tour today because they liked all my pandemic jokes. I had all the pandemic jokes. In these wacky times. Actually, it was seen at Central Park when Central Park first opened up in 1858. Central Park was seen as a cure for many of the ills of modern living, and one of them was cholera. They really did believe that if you brought somebody here into the park, you could cure them of cholera. of adultery and alcoholism if we just walk somebody through the park. You had to be there, Brian. You had to be in the tour. The jokes were part of the discussion. So if we get into a discussion where I could slide a joke in there, I will. As we come up onto Bethesda Terrace. Am I anywhere near the place where John Lennon did his Mind Games video? That is over on the west side. That's not that far from me. That's about 5-minute walk in that direction. And since we have to kill some time, we'll go up there right now. Actually, the Mind Games video was filmed in quite a few places here in New York. All right. Let's go say hello to the angel. Then we will make our way over to Bethesda Terrace. Well, I think somebody's doing a bike tour. They left the bikes there. There she is, our Angel of the Waters fountain. Placed here in 1872, designed by Emma Stubbins. This is the first piece of sculpture art commissioned for the city of New York, designed by a woman. There's your famous Central Park shot. And then look at this as I glance down. Some of the oldest graffiti in all of New York City, done by a German veteran. And we know that because they actually looked up the guy's names, the initials there. And he has the Red Baron crossed on top of there. There is a story behind that, and it's somewhere on the internet. I'm just blanking on where it is. There's your Angel of the Waters fountain, blessing the waters of Bethesda. There was a few getaway scenes here, yeah. Kevin does run around here at one point. I know Kevin runs over the Gatsbo Bridge in the southern part of the park, and then he ends up in Washington Square Park somehow. Every time I watch that scene of Kevin running around New York, I'm like, damn, that kid ran around everywhere, man. If you've seen the movie The Avengers 2, this is where the Avengers teleport from. It's right here. This is also a very funny little accident because this is almost the very center of Manhattan Island. Almost, though, because you gotta count Battery Park City. Let's make our way down to Strawberry Fields. Maybe there's somebody playing music in Strawberry Fields right now. So if you want to follow along on the map, I'm walking along the Calvert Vaux Way, 72nd Street. So follow 72nd Street. I am walking towards the west right now. I'm going to do my best to stay away from people, because I don't want to put on my mask just yet, because I don't want my glasses to fog up. So I'm doing my best to just keep away from people. I'm going to walk really slow and all that good stuff. But beautiful autumn, well, it could be a beautiful autumn day. For some people, this could be a beautiful autumn day. Yeah, well, Mr. Fox, remember that movie making originally was pioneered here in New York City. And it was really the advent of sound pictures which really hastened the move for Hollywood to move, well, for movies to move out to the West Coast, to Hollywood. But filmmaking was pioneered here in New York before moving out to the West Coast. And that's, I guess we'll go over this. The street guys are walking awfully slow there, and I don't want to creep up on them. Actually, I just want to stay away from people so I don't have to put on my mask. So let me quickly cross the street here. We'll continue west along Calvert Vaux Way, 72nd Street, if you want to follow along on a map. As it begins to mist. It begins to mist again. Looking off in that direction there. Just over that hill is the Sheep's Meadow. Wow, a lot of people here in Central Park with electric city bikes. I'm surprised they found that many electric city bikes. I call electric city bikes unicorns because you could barely find them anywhere. So lots of people riding around in unicorns here in Central Park today. On this dreary day. No vehicles are allowed in Central Park anymore other than in traverses. So it looks like we have somebody from the Parks Department driving through right now. Almost to Strawberry Fields. That's where we're going to go to next. It's funny that now, a lot of the movie business for a time wasn't using New York as a stage. People were using Toronto a lot as a stage for New York. But now movie making is really has come back in a big way. Cinematographers will tell you that New York has a certain hue of blue light that is unique to the city, and you really can't get anywhere else. Right, let's cross, and we're going to make our way into Strawberry Fields. John Lennon's birthday just passed. October 9th is his birthday, and Yoko always says, come out here for his birthday and not the day he was assassinated. No, there is no oldest tree here in Central Park. A lot of these trees, I would say actually the majority of trees here in Central Park were all planted around the same time. So between 1855 to 1858, 1860, the majority of these trees were planted. And actually a lot of these trees were grown to a certain maturity out in New Jersey and then brought here to the site to be incorporated to the park. In 1855, Frederick Law Olmsted invents a tree moving machine, and this tree moving machine was so popular, London, Paris, Barcelona bought one, and it was an entire issue of Popular Mechanics was devoted to this machine. And between 1855 to 1872, roughly, Frederick Law Olmsted will ride around in his horse wagon, his horse carriage there, and he would literally direct the trees and move them around until they were in their perfect position. But remember that before Central Park was built, it did not look anything like this. It was a very rough and tumbled land, no areas with grass, actually very patchy grass, not many trees, Lots of swamp and boggy kind of lands that have reclamated, that have de-water so much of this land here. That was probably one of the hardest parts of building Central Park, was controlling all the water features. Manhattan's last remaining natural spring is here in the park. It's called Montaigne's Rivulet, and that feeds into the Harlem Mere up in Harlem, on the northern end of the park. And then all the other water features here in Central Park are fed by New York City tap water. None of this is real. And put on my mask because I know there's going to be people up at the top of the hill there. Put on my mask, and then we will go up into Strawberry Fields proper. This area of the park was acquired by Yoko Ono back in 1983 and formally opens up as Strawberry Fields on John Lennon's 45th birthday on October 9th, 1985. As I put on my mask, because I'm going to be around people now. And instantly, there go my glasses. My glasses are fogging up. Instantly. As you make your way around the park, yeah, I hate it too, Brian. As you make your way around the park, you may notice some signs like this. There's celebrity audio guides as you make your way around the park, and of course, Yoko Ono. Yoko Ono is the one who's talking about Strawberry Fields. Kind of amazing. But usually there's so many people. Usually there's so many people coming up and down this pathway here. Not right now, though. Not right now. Look at all the little blackbirds. Is that a murder of crows right there? Is that a murder of crows? I wonder if that's a murder of crows. Here's the plaque designating Strawberry Fields as an international peace garden from 151 countries from all around the world. But of course, everybody wants to see this. Look at all these birds. Hitchcock would be proud. It's a murder of crows, everyone. It's a murder. I'm so happy I'm seeing a murder of crows right now. So when Strawberry Fields first opens up, this area over here, there were 18 strawberry bushes from all around the world. They didn't last very long because strawberry bushes do not last very good in our cold New York City winters. And also the little birds, many of whom you're seeing flying around right now, they love to eat those little berries. So the strawberry bushes didn't last very long, but the main feature is still here, and that is the Imagine Mosaic. The Imagine Mosaic is a gift from the city of Naples to the city of New York. A simple black and white tiled mosaic that says Imagine on it. The tiles are made from clay from the volcano at Pompeii. But look at all these. I'm in the middle of a murder. Feed the birds, stuff it's a bag. Come on, Neil Diamond, please cover, feed the birds. All right, here's the Imagine Mosaic. I think those flowers are still on there, right? Yeah, so many little flowers on there today. So many little flowers on it. So nice. So nice. Let's get out of there. Let's let them take their picture. Wow, look at all It looks so crazy. Oh, I'm happy I got that for you guys. That whole big murder of crows. Here they come, they're swooping back down. The murder of crows is swooping back down. Look at that murder. Look at that murder of crows. I'm so happy I get to use that term today. In honor of Halloween, here's a couple of hundred crows for you. A whole big murder of crows. There you go, folks. A whole big murder of them. That's right, Susie, man. Good to see you. I'm so happy I get to say that today. What was the highlight of your day besides actually working today? Oh, I said a murder of crows over and over again. Good to see you, cowgirl. Welcome. Welcome to Central Park as the drizzle kind of intensifies. We're still good with the gimbal in this condition. You might need to wipe down the gimbal from time to time. It's Murder Monday here in Central Park. Lots of murders of crows all around. Let's make our way back over to the mall because we should be getting near showtime. There is going to be a rally for musicians here in New York City. So musicians who play in the Philharmonic, the opera, the ballet, all your favorite Broadway shows, all your favorite street performers, they're all going to have a bit of a rally here at 12 noon here at the Nuremberg Bandshell. And I'm hoping that they're beginning to assemble, and more importantly, I hope they play lots of music. Hold on one second. Just gotta wipe down the gimbal here. Got some moisture here on the gimbal. How's the temperature look like? How's the temperature look like in December? It could be very, very cold. And usually our first snow happens by the end of November into the first weeks of December. So we could get snow and all that good stuff in December. So it does get cold. I would say December is the first real month of winter here in New York City. As we cross the drive, and I see these ladies here, they're going the wrong way up a one-way bike lane. If it was a normal day in Central Park, people be yelling at them like crazy, but there's nobody here in the park, so you could go the wrong way up the Pats all you want now. Nobody's gonna bother you. All right, let's make our way over back to the mall. The mall for promenading. Where you showed off your wealth and your Sunday best. Mother, are you going to the mall today to show off your new dress? When Central Park first opens up. There are many rules here in the park that kind of excluded the working classes from enjoying the park. On Sundays, there was no large gatherings allowed, and no loud music was allowed to be played here in the park. And usually Sundays were the only days when a lot of the working class had a day off. A lot of the people who built Central Park couldn't even enjoy it when it was first opened. Besides being quite remote from the city, because at the time, the city only came up to about 34th Street, 42nd Street, give or take. So after 42nd Street, you had to hire yourself an omnibus to get up the rest of the way. So it was quite tough to get up here. A lot of the day laborers who built Central Park were newly arrived German and Irish day laborers who lived in the 5 Points. They were willing to work for much, much cheaper than native-born workers or day laborers. So this is one of the first places in the United States where you have that nativist versus immigrant battle for jobs. African Americans were banned from the job site because the work was seen as too good for them. And only 2 women were hired for the construction of Central Park. And those 2 women were hired to clean the offices of the architects and the engineers. That was a cool little moment right there, Susie May. That little girl was enjoying that puddle and then some. I don't know if mom's gonna like the dry cleaning later, but hey, this is pandemic times, right? Might as well get dirty somehow. Keep that immunity up. But I'm really happy I got that little moment there. It's little moments like that that make me love New York. We're gonna make our way down to the access road, if you will, of the mall. You're gonna notice this pathway up ahead here is quite wide. This is where everyone parked their carriages when they wanted to hang out and promenade along the mall. You know, Central Park was so remote for the first 10 years it was open. Nearly 50% of all park users had their own carriage. And who had their own carriage in the 1860s? Well, the top 5% earners. So it was very much a playground for the rich for the first 10, 15 years. But by the 1880s and 1890s, the park becomes more democratic. It begins to open up for regular folk like you and me. And gotta enjoy life, and she was definitely enjoying life. Yes, she was. She looked very happy jumping around in that puddle. I don't know if her mom or her babysitter, whoever that was, appreciated that, but she's an Upper West Side girl. I think they could afford it. So over here, Sheep's Meadow, right over there. And back in the days before lawnmowers, sheep used to cut the grass. Isn't that a cool dog? I always say the luckiest dogs in New York City come to Central Park. And I hear more music now on the mall. So let's go over to the mall now. And we're going to enjoy some of this music. Is it like 11:50 right now, guys? What time is it? Yes, if this rally is not much of anything, I will keep moving. Oh, no, there's some people here now. I see some more people gathering. Thank you so much for the time check, Carl. Good to see you. Thank you so much for the time check, Susie May, Carl, Brian, Coney Island, Jim. Thank you so much for the time check. Cue the musicians and cue NYPD for coming into the park. Thank you so much for the time check, Darian. Now this rally is a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be. Let's see if they start playing music. So we're here at the northern end of the mall, right by the Nuremberg Bandshell, which is under refurbishment currently. But we got some musicians. We got some musicians here. Here's NYPD Community Affairs to make sure that nobody gets out of hand. Which I don't think musicians are going to get out of hand per se. Here's the Nuremberg Bandshell. Jimi Hendrix, Grateful Dead, Bob Dylan performed there amongst many others. 358 in the UK. Alistair Bruce, thank you very much. This is actually quite small. I was hoping for a lot more people to come out to this rally. Got a big old tuba. Let's saunter down the mall here a little bit, and we'll come back here in a few minutes. Welcome to the only straight pathway in all of Central Park. This is the mall. This grove of trees you see here is one of the largest groves of great American elm trees outside of Washington, D.C. There's roughly 400 great American elm trees in this grove of grass here. And you can find around 3,000 great American elm trees around Central Park. Nothing says New York like walking down Central Park, hearing a saxophone play off in the distance. All right, isn't it beautiful how the trees overlap? That's the whole canopy effect right there. That is all meant intentionally. Yeah, autumn in New York, indeed. So all these trees here were planted between 1855 and 1856. And these are that old. And this grove of elm trees is so important to us that there are sensors in the ground. So in case anything happens to these trees, Central Park Conservancy will be alerted immediately in case something happens. I was hoping for everyone to be at that rally and playing music, but I think they're gonna actually rally and have a big speech. So I think we're gonna just sort of keep going. Let's make our way down Fifth Avenue, and let's make our way over to Rockefeller Center, because I haven't seen Rockefeller Center in a very long time. So I want to see Rockefeller Center right now. So let's do it. Let's go up to Rockefeller Center and see what it's like up there in the big Masonic symbol that is Rockefeller Center. Big Masonic nest that is Rockefeller Center. My favorite movie scene that takes place here on the mall is Kramer, where the father teaches his son how to ride his bike in Kramer versus Kramer. Because it reminds me of the first time I rode a bike. And actually my neighbor teaching me how to ride a bike on two wheels. As this mist gets a little bit more heavy. It's not drizzling, it's not raining, but this mist is annoying. Central Park, lots of statues of famous men, a statue of a famous dog, but now finally, after all these years, a statue of famous women. Finally. Sojourner Truth, Susan B. Anthony, and Elizabeth Cady Stanton. This statue was unveiled on the 100th anniversary of the ratification of the 25th Amendment, giving women the right to vote. Such a fun statue. And lots of little hidden little Easter eggs in it like this. The Declaration of Sentiments. And people have left some stuff here for Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Don't forget to vote. And this is really cool. If you ever come here to Central Park, or if you want to listen to this right now at your house, check that out right there. If you want to hear some really famous people talk about this amazing statue. So happy this is here. So happy. That's some history right there. Some awesome history. I'm getting hungry. What should I eat? When I get back home, I gotta get me something to eat. Yard. Yard. Let's go down Fifth Avenue. Bloody hell, this mist is getting heavy now. It's almost like rain, but it's not. I just got to be careful of the gimbal getting too wet here. Let me wipe down the gimbal here before we continue on. By the way, my phone is fine. The phone itself is perfectly fine. It's the gimbal that could have the problem with all the water. The kid just said, "What are these disgusting red things on the ground?" I think they're called leaves. Those kids must be Upper East Side kids, because West Side kids understand the nature and the beauty of nature. Okay. Let's say goodbye to Shakespeare. See you later, Shakespeare. I'll see you next time I come out here to work or do a live stream. I'm gonna go to the Rocky Centers there. I'm gonna go to Rocky Centers. Let's go to Rockefeller Center. It was supposed to stop raining or stop misting. It's clearly not doing that. Good to see you, Adam. Having poutine. Guess where you're from? You having some poutine? So you either out in France? You're out in France or something like that? Or in Canada? Are you in Canada? Are you in Toronto? You're French Canadian. You're in Quebec. That's where you're at. Nova Scotia. I want to go to St. John's Island so bad. I want to go to St. John's Island so bad. Or St. John, right? St. John. A little town in Nova Scotia. I want to go there so bad. I actually fly up to St. John's all the time on the flight sim. Because it's such a beautiful spot. We got some horses. Some Central Park horses. Let's take a gander at those horses. They're hanging out, having a good day. I could tell the horses are having a good day. And they got that little pop in their step. They're happy campers today. They're happy campers today, those horses. I could tell, right? Right, pigeons? Right, pigeons? As I walk with the pigeons. The pretty guy right here. Aren't you pretty? Aren't you showing off? Yeah. Where the river meets the sea, yes. Look at that. Look at that Midtown skyline. All dark. The Cabot Trail is beautiful this time of year in Cape Breton. I want to go up there so bad right now. Please feel free to super chat me a plane ticket. You don't have to. You don't have. Bloody hell, it's getting wet. Everything's getting wet now. I gotta be really careful with the gimbal now, so I don't mess it up. I feel like I gotta put on. I wish I had some like a plastic bag I could put over my gimbal right now. I don't have that. It's all good. It's all good, Adam. Do some live streams from out there. I always say, do some live streams. Now, what's really funny about this right now, let me get full disclosure for everyone, all you 14 people watching. Welcome to Central Park. It is so humid and drizzly out here that I cannot wear my glasses and wear this mask at the same time. So I'm literally walking around here blind, and the only way I'm able to see forward clearly is looking at this phone screen here. So yeah, I know I will have to isolate 14 days. Yeah. It's the new way to travel. It's a 2-week minimum. Canada definitely took a hold of the coronavirus properly. Big shout out to Justin Trudeau and all the beautiful Canadian people. Good to see you. Bienvenue, Nebu. They gotta love that Bay of Fundy. That's another place I want to see in my life is Bay of Fundy. New York City and the Bay of Fundy have a similar tide swing, but we have a much deeper harbor compared to the Bay of Fundy. Bay of Fundy is rather shallow, but that's why you have those boats that get beached. I know Fred's not doing good on the COVID because you guys are going back into lockdown. I heard France is going into a lockdown again, and Italy is going back into a lockdown, and the UK is not necessarily threatening it, but they're thinking about it. So I think you guys partied a bit too much over the summertime, and now you're paying the consequences of it. There was quite a bit of traveling. I was reading a tourism piece from Italy, and it sounded like the people who were able to traveled. And while it wasn't normal numbers, it was quite a lot of people. Good to see a jazz dog. 53-foot tide. Well, that's a creature trapped at low tide, I could imagine. Yeah, Germany might as well. Germany's doing pretty good, though. You're in Morocco, so you're watching it closely. I hope you don't get stuck too, Nibul, but it might be safer for you and your family to stay put. Does everyone have to wear a mask where they're outside? It's highly encouraged. If you want to go inside of a store or anything like that, you have to wear a mask. But when you're outside, it's encouraged to wear a mask, but you don't have to wear a mask. Especially if you're like distancing yourself, if you're far away from people, if you have like 8 feet of distance around people, you don't necessarily need to wear a mask, but it is highly encouraged. Oh, that's not good. That's not good, Mr. Fox. Everywhere is like flaring up again. It sucks. But then again, look at what happened in 1918. So I would say just keep on looking towards 1918. In Morocco, you have to wear a mask everywhere, yeah. And then there's yeah, we know, Brian. We know, Brian. Let's not get that. I had 2 people on the people I had on the tour this morning were very democratic, if you will. France reported 50,000 new cases a day. Jesus Christ. Like that in Halifax. Yeah, exactly. If you're outside, it's recommended, but inside stores, anywhere where when you're enclosed, like the subway, you have to wear a mask. And now, I can honestly say the subway is a lot better now than it was just a few weeks ago. I guess because of all the fines and everything you could get in the subway. Everyone's wearing masks in the subway now. Everybody. When I came into work this morning, everyone had a mask on and wearing it properly too. As we come up to one of the most expensive intersections in the whole wide world, 59th Street, 5th Avenue. Got to see the Plaza Hotel in a minute. I did make tips finally, yeah. They tipped good too. My couple this morning tipped fantastic. They were just so happy to do something. They came up to New York and they had to get out of the, they had to get out of the house. There was a couple that had to get out of the house. They were home with kids and they didn't really travel. And this was their first trip to New York since they come up here for Broadway. So they came up here in January. So it was their first time back in New York since January. And we all know January, February was like another world here in New York. Because that's what I took my mom to that's where I took my mom to the opera back in February. And actually, I'm going to have a fun moment. Yep, Plaza Hotel. Right there. Why is this intersection so famous? Because of the Plaza Hotel and then the Apple Store and what used to be FAO Schwartz was across the street. Yeah, get it while I can, right? Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna have a fun memory right here. I'm gonna have a fun memory that I'm gonna share with you guys. So, like I said, back in February, I took my mom to the opera, and what we did was we went in the morning. In the morning, we went to St. Patrick's Cathedral and went to Sunday Mass. And then after that, we walked down Fifth Avenue. We sat on this bench right here, and there were some guys dancing, playing music over there. And me and my mom just sat here in the sunshine, drinking a soda, and watched the Showtime dancers over there. And then we called a cab to go from here over to Lincoln Center. So that was such a great memory. That was such a great day. I got to see the great Sage Sovereign blow a massive fireball on the Met Opera stage for Costa fan tutti. It was so fun. Oh, it feels like a million years ago. Feels like a million years ago. Wow, look at this sky. Here's a Plaza Hotel right there. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk down Fifth Avenue, and we're gonna make our way over to the Rockefeller Center. And if this mist doesn't lighten up, I'm gonna have to stop the stream because the gimbal is getting very wet, and I keep on wiping it down. If you keep seeing the camera bounce a little bit, it's because I'm wiping down the gimbal. 59th Street. Why does rain drop and leaves fall? I don't know. Funny things about the English language. That's all I can tell you. It's wet like that. Yes, it is. Yes, it is wet like that. Thank you so much, Brian. Appreciate that. Let's walk down Fifth here. I wanted to be honest. Oh, that's right. Take a minute there. Hit the thumbs up. Even though I don't display them anymore, but hit the thumbs up. Do me a favor. It helps the algorithm and other random people to find me. It's much appreciated. Oh, look at the reflection. This is brownstone here, or slate sidewalk here. It's a very New York thing. Heavy drop, light fall. There you go. I agree. Now I have gotten word that a lot of the stores along Fifth Avenue will not be doing Christmas decorations or Christmas windows. I think Macy's might have some, but Fifth Avenue is going to be quite quiet Christmas-wise. Saks Fifth Avenue will not be doing their light show this year. We're trying to eliminate people from gathering in large groups. So unfortunately, we won't be having that tradition. We will be having in Brooklyn, though, we will be having our decorated homes. So we are going to see some of those. Some of the people who I've live streamed in the past, over the past 3 years, they have reached out to me. And some of them have said that, yeah, they will be doing their houses up. So we will see some decorated homes in Brooklyn in the month of December. Is trick-or-treating for kids? Well, trick-or-treating here in New York State is fine. They have put out some rules for it. But here in New York City and New York State, trick-or-treating is legal. Like I said, they just have some provisions to keep everyone safe. There are recommendations. And I said, what about breakfast at Tiffany's? Tiffany's under construction right now. And then right next to Tiffany, the seventh circle of hell, Trump Tower. Right there. Oh, look at that. That's crazy. Why does he have an HVAC unit on his roof? Okay. Trick-or-trading. I'm trick-or-trading. Here's 57th Street. Trick-or-trading. Trade your children on Halloween. Yep. The Black Lives Matter Plaza is actually down in Lower Manhattan. They just placed it here. And unfortunately, it looks like it's beginning to fade, or it's already getting painted over. So many people have messed with it that I think they've given up. And they have there's sections of it painted, but let me do the cool thing that all the cool kids do in honor of Election Day. And if you don't agree with me, I'm sorry, but this is how I feel. Yay! Okay, we can move on. Let's keep going. No doubt everyone's taking pictures of the Second Circuit Hotel, Trump Tower. There's a shame. It's the Shonda. It's the Shonda. Remember, it's black like his soul. Yes, it's black like his soul. Now, fun fact, one for you, please. All right, one for Coney Island Jim. Hey, good to see you, Abby. Welcome to a very rainy Midtown Manhattan. We just walked around Central Park. Now we're gonna make our way down to Rockefeller Center. So, I got a story for everyone here. So as you see, Harry Winston. This Harry Winston has been here for almost 100 years. Now it is closed. It has moved. It's moved about 2 blocks down to there. When Donald John Trump became president, the Secret Service took over all these blocks over here and made it very rough for businesses to get deliveries and customers to even get to the stores. So all the businesses and stores within a 2-block radius of Trump Tower have lost about 40% of their business, in some cases up to 60% of their business. So thus a lot of businesses here along Fifth Avenue are now empty. So this is all these stores were not here, where they were already closed before COVID. Just the simple fact that Trump Tower and Trump became the person that he is destroyed many businesses along Fifth Avenue, and that is not fake news. As the rain really, it's still misting, but the mist is getting quite heavy. As we walk down Fifth Avenue, see, that's the new Harry Winston. They had to move 2 blocks down. Yeah, they're happy he moved to Florida, but the damage has been done, Avi. A lot of those businesses are not coming back, and COVID really put the nail in the coffin for a lot of them. So, and please remember that he still does live in a penthouse whenever he's in New York. So, good to see your architecture ship. We're going to Rockefeller Center architecture ship. Welcome. Elbow bump to you too. Welcome to Fifth Avenue. Actually, quite a fair amount of people out here. Considering the weather, considering the time that we're living in. Do I think Biden would do better than Trump? I think a cat and if you got a cat and a dog together, and then team them up with a monkey, with a laptop computer, they would do a better job than Trump. So Biden will do a fantastic job. The way I see it is, hey, there were 8 years of prosperity with Obama Biden. So there you go. And then also, you know, my taxes went up under Trump. So my taxes went up quite a lot. So I'm kind of done with that whole, well, he's helping out the working class. Well, no, my taxes went up $1,400. So, oh wow, look at this. Yeah, you can't do any worse. Look at this. Look at this. Okay. Okay. This is in front of the St. Thomas Church. This is an Episcopalian church. I don't know how to... what's that say? Does that say anything? Let me see if that says anything before I go. No, it doesn't say anything. Oh yeah, it's an empty book. It's an empty book, just like your healthcare plan. Okay, we keep going. I wonder who the first lady is. There's another one over here. There's two of them. Why are they here? It does need two horns. Yes, it does need two horns. They're forgetting the horns. Why is this here? I think somebody might have just put that up there and not the church. Anyway, it's New York. It's New York in the fog, in the drizzle. El Diablo. Es El Diablo. Boy, it is fun doing a walking tour than doing a live stream. I forgot how much fun this is. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is so much fun. I'm sure Trump is voting for Biden. You know, my dad said that the other night. My dad said that the other night, Nibble. My dad literally said that. He's like, he's not going to vote for himself. It's like that episode of South Park where Garrison, you know, realizes he won. He's like, oh boy. Anyway. About 3 more blocks away and we'll be in Rock Center. Jeez. They're just wiping the... Now, 5th Avenue during this time should be packed full of cars. This traffic flow here is more akin to a Sunday morning at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm amazed how empty it is out here. I'm also amazed by how quiet it is out here. I mean, yes, you have noise from buses and trucks and whatnot and other vehicles, other cars, but it's nothing like normal times. It is quite empty. Do I have water on the lens here? I gotta get the water off the lens here. I got water on the lens. 2020, baby, 2020. 2020. St. Patrick's Cathedral. Hold on 1 second. Gotta shut off the gimbal here for a second. Gotta wipe the lens of the phone here. Gotta give everything a big wipe down. Can you... You want to send us Boris Johnson? No, thank you. No, thank you. No Boris Johnson for me. I'm good. I'm good. One stumbling buffoon is enough. Yeah, the buses are empty, Abby. It's amazing how, like, taking the train in this morning, like, normally I would, like, have to, like, maybe fight for a seat to get up here to Midtown in the morning, and I had a seat coming all the way up. The gimbal is water resistant, but not waterproof. I just got to keep wiping it down, making sure the motors don't get too wet. But it is not recommended to have a gimbal in wet, rainy conditions. I know the Osmo 3, it does a lot better job of actually being water resistant. So the doors to St. Patrick's Cathedral are open. Yeah, nothing is really waterproof. Here's Atlas holding the weight of the world on his shoulders. And then if you ever noticed, this statue lines up perfectly There it is. The bells of St. Patrick's Cathedral, just for you guys. I love moments like that. I love moments like that. I think that this weather is not lightening up at all. It seems to be getting a little bit more heavier, unfortunately, now. So I think we're going to end this live stream in the subway at Rockefeller Center. Now, this is how you know. This is how you know the season is weird. The lighting setup from Christmas time is still on Saks Fifth Avenue. They usually take that down, I want to say in March or maybe even earlier than that. But look at that, they have not taken it down. That's kind of crazy. I know they're not going to do that lighting setup for Christmas because they don't want anyone gathering here in large groups. But that's kind of weird. But it's still there. All right. Look at all the Masonic symbolism. All right, let's walk in to the promenade. Oh, I forgot. They have lots of pumpkins here. Look at this. They got pumpkins. Yeah, I know. There's nothing on the radar. I know. It's a mist. It's that heavy mist, Jim. It's that heavy mist, which is just so annoying because if you use an umbrella, you look crazy. But then if you don't use an umbrella, you get wet. So, oh, look how empty it is in here. This is nuts. Let's get the money shot, since we could stand and get the money shot. Sturdy Rock. Look at all these gourds. Really? Are we really tagging it up, tourists? The few tourists that are here? I can mount the umbrella to a gimbal, but I don't have an umbrella right now. I don't have an umbrella with me. But a clip umbrella might work. Days of summer. I like it. It's gorgeous. Those lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer. It is beautiful even in this weather. It's drizzly here in New York. Lots of drizzly. Oh, let's see if they added anything to the there's freaking nobody here. Look at this. This is crazy. Yeah, where's Kevin? I don't know. This is crazy. There's like nobody here. There's always people here. This is nuts. It's 12 o'clock on a Monday. There should be people having lunch here. Yeah, lunch in the rain, yeah. They would have lunch in the rain on normal times. Yeah, this mist is progressively getting heavier. So we're gonna go into 30 Rock now. Yeah, Rock Center is at 10% capacity in the offices. I heard that the other day. The summer will always be here. Hey! Oh, we can go down to the plaza. That's right. Oh, it's closed. I want to go down to the plaza. Wow. Rock Center. Rock Center's playing some music, huh? I'll see you later, Darian. They're playing some tunes, Nibble. They're playing some tunes. Oh, I wanted to go down to the garden. Oh, well, maybe next time. Prometheus is wearing a mask. If you're wondering about that, let me zoom in. There you go. Prometheus is socially distancing, wearing a mask. Stealing that flame of knowledge. And then we have an interesting art exhibit. Oh no, the art exhibit's gone. So these are all the flags of the world are here today. They had another exhibit with like art flags, but I guess not anymore. All right, let's go into 30 Rock and hop on the subway because this mist is getting quite heavy. Oh, they got some grass out here though. This is where the tree usually is set up. All right. German is quite set. Oh, the German is quite set. Yes. But the German flag, you see the German flag in the center? I don't have my glasses on, so I gotta look through the monitor or through the phone here to see a clear, see a clear view. Yes, this is like surreal. This is surreal, man. I don't think I'll ever get over the streets being this empty. I don't think I'll ever get over that. I don't think I will ever get over this. I mean, it's 12 noon on a Monday, for God's sake. 12 noon on a Monday. You know what we're gonna do actually? It seems like between the buildings, the mist isn't as bad. And I want to save I want to save some time transferring trains. So we're gonna walk down a couple of more blocks here. We're gonna walk down to 49th Street and 7th Avenue and pick up the train over there. Yeah, New York City's in a Monday mood. This is a Sunday mood, more like it. This is Sunday at 6 o'clock in the morning. This is a Sunday at 6 o'clock in the morning mood. This is not a Monday at 12 noon mood. I don't think I'll ever get over this. I don't think I'll ever get over seeing the streets this empty. I really don't. This is something that I know I'm going to look back on 5-10 years from now and be like, wow, I lived there. Yep, NBC Studios. When I hear that term, NBC Studios, I immediately think about Conan O'Brien and I think of Conan O'Brien and Letterman. I never liked Jimmy Fallon. Jimmy Fallon is part of the corporate monoculture. Oh, I love this. I love this. Can I get this for my house? Can I get this for my house, please? Oh, that's really cool. It's like a whole dog store here. If it lightens up, I should capture the line at MSG. Yeah, maybe. I don't think it's going to lighten up, though. I think I'm just, because I'm in between the taller buildings now, that's a little bit better over here. I'm going to know when I cross 6th Avenue. I am getting quite hungry. Let's see, 12:39, it's 54 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh yeah, this mist is still coming down. It seems like the wind between the buildings lightens up the mist. Yep, Saturday Night Live filmed right here at 30 Rock. Saturday Night Live, Studio 8H. 8H. I believe that is a U-shaped theater, right? A U-shaped stage. It's a big stage, one of the bigger stages. They're putting up Christmas lights, really? I'm not seeing them put up any Christmas lights. At least Fallon hates Trump. Yeah, maybe. I'll see you later there. I'll see you there later there, Mr. Fox. Thanks for tuning in out there in Germany. Okay, it's 49th Street. I am literally walking without glasses on, and I am literally using my phone as my glasses. This is hilarious. Oh, what is he doing? Doing something weird. Oh, the trees across the street. Look at this beautiful 6th Avenue bike lane. Oh my God, I love it. I can't wait to ride down it. No, I don't see anyone putting, oh, they're putting lights in the tree over here. Oh yeah, look at that. They are putting some lights in the trees over here. There's some lights, but we're not seeing like anything too big and crazy. Oh yeah, the buildings are definitely like blocking the mist. I'm in the shade of these buildings now, and there's almost no mist where I am right now. But I definitely want to kind of get out of this stuff now. No red balls. Yeah, the red balls will be right here. No red balls this year. Let's see, you never know. They might put out some of the decorations. I still haven't heard if they're not going to do a tree or not. I don't think they're going to do a tree at Rockefeller. I'm pretty sure they're not going to do a tree. But I can tell you, well, I got to be vague. But coming up on Thanksgiving, there is going to be a kind of a virtual Thanksgiving Day parade put on by Macy's. And all I can tell you is this. It is going to be a celebration of all things New York. And I think you might like it. Right, they're not doing a tree. But no, right. You think they're doing a tree, but no lighting. Limited access to the plaza. That would be crazy if they did that. That's interesting. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about the tree or anything like that, but I would assume that's what's going to be. It'll have probably one way into the plaza, one way out. Kind of like the 9/11 memorial. Yeah, no super spreader events here. Cuomo won't allow it. All right, one more block and I'm in the subway. I could really wipe down the phone good here. Yeah, no super spreader events here. Yeah, it's gonna be sad, Nibble. Like this whole year, it's gonna be sad. I'll have to find some old footage from a radio show with the tree up. I'll have to do some footage with the tree up. This year sucks. Bigly. It is. I cannot get over how empty it is out here right now. It is so empty. Oh yeah, there's that. That mist is really... Tree, yeah. Oh, yes, tree, but no big ceremony. Okay. Okay. I can live with that. There's probably going to be like controlled access and everything. Should we walk through Times Square? Because I'm right here. You know, heck it. Heck it. Let's walk through Times Square. And then we'll call it a live stream. Heck it. All right. So just to let everyone know, I hate the Minions. I think they're the most annoying thing ever created by animators. The Minions are a true representation of the corporate monoculture that is enveloping all of our lives. Anyway, there's a 15-second rant for you. I still have Barbara Ann stuck in my head from one of our radio shows. And I took off my headphones for that song. I took off my headphones for that bad boy, and I still have it bled into my brain. The only way to extract it from my brain will truly be, what's the name of that movie where Jim Carrey has to forget his ex-girlfriend? Sunshine of the Spotless Mind kind of deal. I gotta delete it from my brain. Bloody hell, he's smoking whatever that guy is smoking. It smells great. It smells like I'm in Amsterdam. All right, into the petri dish. Into the petri dish. Wait, we gotta go over to the Earth Cam. We gotta go to the Earth Cam. That's how we always have eternal sunshine of the spotless mind. Yeah. That's the only way I can get rid of the minions from my brain. I had to delete them. You got me rocking and rolling. Yes, right. All right. Yeah, we're in New Amsterdam, damn it. Donuts. Oh, this is the new Krispy Kreme. If I liked Krispy Kremes, I would actually go in there, but I don't like Krispy. Well, Krispy Kremes are rather generic, and I'm not in the mood to buy a $4 donut right now. All right. Into the petri dish. That is Times Square. We're on Broadway. Do. Do-do-do, do-do, do, huh, da-da-da, da-da. They say the neon lights are bright on Broadway. This is crazy. I can't believe how empty it is right now. This is really freaking empty. I gotta say, the life of the city is in the outer boroughs. It's not in Manhattan. But when you're walking down the streets and you ain't had enough to eat, all right, let's say hello to the Earth Cam. I always forget that next line after that song. I always forget that the next line. There's one homeless guy here. Oh yeah, I see him right over here. Coney Island Gym, clearly already on the Earth Cam. There it is. Hey, Earth Cam. So our street cam is right there. I'm doing the St. Patrick's. I'm doing the wave they do on the floats on the whatchamacallit, on the Thanksgiving Day parade. To have that wave they do. Okay. We'll keep moving here. It's getting wet out here. It's getting wet. Wow. Times Square, ladies and gentlemen. Times Square. Wow. Wow. This is wild. This is like this is a movie set right here. This is such a movie set right now. It's like, I have never seen it. You know me, guys. It takes a lot for me to get jaded and surprised, and this is by far I have never seen Times Square this empty in the daylight before. I've seen it this empty at like 3 o'clock in the morning while delivering bread, but never like this. Let's ask George M. Cohen. Give my regards to Broadway. Yeah, it's crazy, right? Crazy. Wow. Wow. Wow, all our shuttered theaters down there. We're in a theater district. Wow, this is wild, and it's quiet. Like, all right, yes, there's a jackhammer off in the distance, some kind of machine doing something, but it's quiet. There's some, no naked cowboy, no grifters, no grifter characters. Times Square Ball, right up there. There was so much hope when that ball fell all those months ago. There was so much hope. There was so much hope in January. There is something unreal about it, Abby. There is. I mean, look at this. It's 1 o'clock on a Monday. Even on a rainy day, there would be a lot more people here. Yeah, only 8 more days, yep. Wow. This is pretty wild. So these are what you're seeing. What you see being vented is steam. New York City has one of the largest steam generation plants in the world, one of the largest steam systems in the world. We use steam here in New York City to heat and cool our buildings using the HVAC systems. Now, buildings all around the world do this, like utilize steam for the similar purpose, but most buildings around the world generate their own steam for those purposes. Here in New York City, since there's so little space, the city provides steam and then the buildings buy the steam from Con Edison. Now, because of the nature of steam, they always have to keep it over pressure. So what you're seeing right there is some of the overpressure steam being vented out. So it's steam. That's it, steam. And it doesn't have any asbestos in it. It's going to be really good. Yeah, it's going to be a really good riddance for 2020. I cannot agree more, Abby. I cannot agree more. I am so beyond over this year, it's not even funny. It was a year of a lot of heartbreak, a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of uncertainty for me going into next year, so I'm just going to try to keep it positive. And eventually tourism around the world will come back, because I am not the only one tourism-wise affected by this. All my fellow actors for Broadway shows and the musicians that make the Broadway shows happen, and all those restaurants and all those restaurants and cafes, and we're all hurting. We're all hurting right now. And hopefully 2021 will be spectacular. We'll have a big mask burning party. And we spoke too soon. There's some characters across the street. This is the Viacom building, 1515 Broadway. Hotels, museums, amusement parks. That's right. Legoland was supposed to open in upstate New York this year. Subways at 3 o'clock in the morning will hopefully resume again. Even though I don't mind the subways being closed from 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock in the morning. Because the subways are quite clean. Yeah, you crave the old normal, me too. I think we all crave the old normal. But this is pretty surreal. The Petri dish isn't that bad right now, because there's simply nobody here. Oh, this is the funny sign. Phantom of the Opera, popularizing masks since 1988. Can you hear the music of the night? I love that. Oh, the monks are here. The monks are here giving out those little golden cards. And here's our Lady Statue of Liberty hanging out here on 44th Street. Here's Good Morning America Studios. Back down, looking down 44th Street, down the theaters that are closed. All my performer friends, all my friends who work in the service industry, we're all hurting right now. We're legit all hurting right now. The character, yeah, we got a few characters out here. We have a Binny Mouse, a Bimmy and Bicky Mouse here in the park, here in Times Square. Like, it looks like the sun wants to come out, but the drizzle is like really ramping up here. I gotta get inside here. I gotta get in cover. Plus my feet are starting to hurt. I've been on live stream now for 1 hour and 48 minutes. Yeah, my dogs are beginning to bark. That means I've been walking for 4 hours. Wow. Wow. This is pretty wild. I tell you could get that selfie you always wanted from Times Square right now. It's so empty out here. I'm not gonna lie. I crave the people. I crave the crowds. I crave having to stand up in the train. I mean, I crave a lot of things that I thought I would never want to have to crave again. Yeah, you know that feeling. Jim, you like walked all over Brooklyn the other day? Like legit all over Brooklyn? Can't wait to see how many steps I put in today. Oh, I wanted to see this. I wanted to see this and I wanted to show this to you guys. Here's a really cool piece of art that was inspired by the pandemic. Yeah, I got other duties. Like get off my feet. I love this. That's really cool. We're all in this together, folks. We're all in this together. Isn't that cool? Just getting my Metro card ready because I don't want to break out my wallet in the subway station because I know there's a lot of vagrants in the subway station right now, so I got to be a little careful when I get in there. All right, make sure I got everything secure. Yes, I do. Good to see you, Chaz Chandler. Hello. That sounds like a character from Friends. Let's go to Chaz's house. Good to see you, Phil. Just missed all the good stuff. We were just in Times Square. We were just in Central Park. Now I'm going home. But let's see the crowd levels here in the subway. I hate to say the music store down here is going to is closing permanently due to the damn COVID. I'll talk to you later, Phil. It's sad. That music store's been around for so long. More than welcome, Alistair Bruce. Not done just yet. Gotta hop on the train now. I'm gonna walk down to the platform here. All right. Gotta figure out what I'm gonna eat for. Gotta figure out what the hell I'm gonna eat for lunch. I'm hungry. Starving Marvin over here. You remember the subway entrance? It's a very common one that a lot of people use. Okay. You're more than welcome there, Abby. Let's see what it's. Yeah, look at this. How quiet it is down here. This is wild how quiet it is down here. Just like upstairs, just like street level here. Very few people down here. This is not normal for a 1 o'clock on a Monday. There's usually somebody playing music down here and Chinese food for lunch. That's a good idea. Get me a nice big container of wonton soup. Might just do that. Now, is this my train? Yes, it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank each and every one of you beautiful human beings from all around the world for tuning on in. It's certainly a pleasure to show you guys the best and the beautifulness that is New York City, but from 42nd Street, Times Square. This is Dutch Moss signing off. Have a fantastic New York day, whether you live here or not. I want you to hug your loved ones, cherish the moments, and good night, Mrs. Calabash, wherever you are. Yes, I am lucky. I get to get off my feet now. See you later, guys.